Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Syrian Siren, back at you again with, I'm going to be interrupting the horoscopes, not the horoscopes, but the messages for the month to be giving you full moon and Aries readings. Like I've said, I have not been as diligent as let me stop beating myself up. I am practicing diligence and organizing my business. So forgive me if I seem a little bit back and forth. I'm just trying to kind of get everything settled so that I can get where it is that I want to get in life, as I'm sure the rest of us all are. So this is going to be the full moon in Aries reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. I do encourage that you do check out your other placements. If you would like to check out your horoscope, you can check out my girl Charlie Star. She's a phenomenal astrologer. Of course, I am also offering personal readings as well to my channel. All you need to do is email me at thesiriansiren@gmail.com, and my rates are in the bio below. I do also accept tips and donations to my channel. My Cashapp and anything that you need to be able to give me a donation or a tip or to book the reading will all be in the bio below. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So for the full moon in Aries, so the full moon represents, a lot of people partake in moon magic. So of course doing essentially increasing energies during the waxing phase up until the culmination of the full moon, and then removal work during the waning phase. If you are interested in moon magic, then that's kind of how that starts out. So currently right now, if you are practicing moon magic, well then this is going to be, I heard a wake-up call for some of you guys. I'm not sure what that's about, but what I will say is that if you are a Leo rising, then this full moon will be transiting your 9th house, which is essentially, it's the house of higher education. Yes, it's also the house of our own philosophies, how we tend to view the world from a spiritual perspective. The unraveling of our karma or dharma will be found in the 9th house. I was also informed that the 9th house can also be our spiritual weaknesses. So there's a little fun tidbit for you. So if you are a Leo rising, then you would have Aries in the 9th house. Now, Aries, this is for everybody, not just Leo risings, okay? But on a general perspective, Aries, the energy that Aries carries is very headstrong. I'm pretty sure that Aries rules the head. But Aries is also kind of an embodiment of that primal survival nature that we have. Things that we do out of instinct, not necessarily that we do out of reason all the time, right? So when we combine that with the energy of the full moon, which moon being a feminine symbol also kind of symbolizes our emotions, because of course the moon controls the water, right? So this could be culminating, if you are a Leo rising, in your emotions about your spiritual practice, your spiritual weaknesses or vulnerability, maybe where you feel that you could be attacked spiritually. For others of you, it could kind of take into you instinctively doing something different in terms of your spiritual routine or spiritual practice. Now, mind you, the first thing I discussed in your reading, Leo, was moon magic. So it could be that you're stepping into some sort of new spiritual belief system or spiritual practice, a new routine that maybe you might be struggling with manifesting just a little bit. And the reason that I'm kind of getting for that is because of some sort of spiritual weakness that you might not be addressing, or you might not be as willing to address. Because of course, when it comes to our spirituality, right? That's something that we hold very near and dear to our heart. I tell everybody that we are nothing but walking spirits. We're spirits incarnate, right? So anything that pertains to your spirituality or your higher education, for example, higher education is not something that we do. Most people don't do it out of obligation. Most people do higher education because of essentially trying to invest in their future, right? Give me one quick second, Leo. Oh, sorry about that. But anyways, so I am kind of getting called to tell you that maybe this full moon will be, your spiritual practice or something of that nature will be highlighted. Maybe you have some sort of spiritual weakness or vulnerability. One other thing that I learned about the 9th house is that if somebody wants to attack you spiritually, typically they're going to do it in the 9th house realm, okay? But anyways, so there could be some sort of spiritual weakness, energetic weakness, or emotional weakness that is being brought to light for you, Leo, during this full moon in Aries. And of course, if you are a Leo rising, then that could come down to maybe some holes in your spiritual routine, maybe some holes in your education. Maybe you've been combating people spiritually. I'm not exactly sure, but of course I'm going to get into that, okay? I am kind of getting led to say that it might pertain to something spiritually speaking, but once again, we're all spirits incarnate, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So I'm gonna pull an oracle message for you, Leo. This is a little bit different, a little bit of a different style than I'm used to. I'm trying to give more structure to things that I do. So don't mind me if I'm a little bit frazzled. We're all kind of trying new things that are different to us, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So what message do we have for Leo for the full moon in Aries? Interesting. So we have surrender. I remember we did talk about Aries being the primal nature, right? The survival instincts. Aries can sometimes be perceived as a little bit impulsive, but they're not so much impulsive. It's perceived as impulsive because the necessities that we had when we were living in the forest are not as hyper present now. We're not running away from like bears and lions and shit for our survival anymore, where that kind of impulsive, reactive, like do this mentality is necessary for us, right? So for some of you guys, you are learning the power of letting go. Okay, Leo? Some of you guys might be called to become a little bit more proactive in your spiritual routine. So like I did say, there is this energy of stepping into a more cardinal, proactive energy, but it's also in conjunction with you letting something go. So you could be called to let go of a certain mentality during this full moon in Aries, maybe a mentality that's holding you back. Once again, this could be in your spell work, so you could be trying to manifest something. Oh, okay, Leo, maybe it was for you that I got this message. I'm going to read this message to you because this was pertaining to the full moon in Aries, and I thought that it was for me specifically, but maybe I'll share it with you. For those of you, and this isn't just for those who practice spell work, okay? But this is more so for people who want to see a change in their life and they're kind of struggling as to how to see that happen, okay? So the notes that I had for the full moon in Aries, maybe I should do a separate book or separate reading for this. But essentially what this is saying is that for your spell work to be effective, you need to learn how to harness your emotions and transmute them into the energy that you need to be able to reach where it is that you want to go. So for example, if you have feelings of shame surrounding something in the past, or fear surrounding something in the past, or I'm hearing for some of you, there's a lack of neutrality. So like, for example, neutrality is also a high vibrational energy, right? Being able to view something completely objectively and not attaching yourself to either side. That was something that I was taught as a Jehovah's Witness that actually has helped me a lot in my spiritual routine. So it could be that, right? Not overly identifying with something that may or may not serve you in the long run. Viewing yourself as more of a spirit as opposed to this culture or this gender or this or that, being able to kind of be in the middle, right? I do kind of get here that for you to be able to wield your control appropriately or to wield your power appropriately, Leo, you need to be willing to let certain ideas, beliefs, friendships, romantic partners be willing to let something go. Because what I'm kind of getting here is you are trying to take more control in your life. You are trying to become more of a doer and less of a passive participant in your life, right? But to be able to do so, there's something or someone that you are holding too tightly onto, Leo, that you need to let go of. So, and it could, like I said, this could just be an idea or a thought process, but we're gonna get more into it, okay? So, Let's see. What does this message pertain to for Leo? Does it pertain to love, career, finance? What does this pertain to? I heard a stomach ache. Some of you guys might have a stomach ache. Okay, so the first card that flew out for you, Leo, is the Eight of Swords. And okay. And the Nine of Wands reversed. So some of you guys might be trapped by a lack of commitment. So you could want like a happy family. So that's for some of you guys. You could be trying to manifest a happy family life or manifest some sort of success for you, okay? For others of you, I'm kind of getting that you might be trying to manifest abundance, or just whatever you would define as satisfaction, Leo, is what you're trying to manifest, and there's something that you need to let go of. Now, the positive news, Leo, is that whatever it is that you need to release, it's self-imposed, okay? It's a self-imposed restriction. So as soon as you realize you need to release this, boom, you can just let it go. Or it might not be that easy, of course, but once you realize that this is what I need to release or let go of, then it's going to be a lot easier to start the process, because you'll actually have solidified like, oh, okay, it's this person, they do this, and that makes me feel this way, or it's this belief system is holding me back. For some of you, if it's a belief system, I'm hearing your culture, this pertains to something that you were taught from childhood up, okay? Maybe some of you guys, if it pertains to spirituality, maybe some of you guys were raised in a very much like a dichotomous right and wrong, like this is how it is and this is how it is not. And if something reminds me of something that it is not, then I will totally redirect. I almost said redirect. I will totally reject that mentality. I will reject that belief, even if there might be something to it that I could glean some truth from, right? For some of you, I'm hearing it might be a superiority complex. So whatever that means to you. So it could be like, for example, oh, for me to be taken seriously, I have to be really rich. Or for me to be taken seriously, I have to be around people that are like this. And then you could meet people that don't necessarily fit your style or your persona, or it could be like a culture or political stance or something of that nature, something that you're holding on too tightly to that is holding you back, Leo, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and say, what or who does this involve? So this could be something that, okay. So this could pertain to a father. You could be a father, Leo. The sun god also does represent a more masculine energy. Leo is ruled by the sun as well, so this could be you as well. But anyways, this could be a father or a male figure in your life, or somebody who, yeah, so for some of you guys, it's very strictly materialism. It could just be that you view things through a very material lens, and that might need to be the perspective that you let go of. So it could be like, okay, I equate value with diamonds and pearls and this and that, and it's like for some of you, I'm hearing like you could only go for people that dress really fancy or people that have a lot of money or something like that, right? And it's like you might believe that your security lies in that. It's like whatever this full moon is about, Leo, it's about you placing your security in something that is genuine and not something that is superficial. I heard fallacious for some of you. I have to look up the word for that, but I'm pretty sure that means like it's a fallacy, like it's not real. You need to be able to free yourself from whatever mentality was instilled in you since childhood. It's a lot to do with your identity, Leo. So for some of you guys, like I said, you could too heavily identify with your culture. Let's take it away from money. Let's say that, for example, that you are from a specific culture and like you feel like this culture is superior. You feel like the way that we do things is right and the way other people do things is wrong. This could also be political stance. A lot of this stuff does come into spirituality and spell work as well. So if you are somebody that's like a practitioner that's trying to learn how to essentially manifest or to manipulate energy, this has a lot to do with it as well, because sometimes, and I've experienced this with a lot of people, sometimes a superiority complex can greatly hinder your ability to manifest anything. Because, like, I'll give you an example. So I partake in predominantly African traditional belief systems, ATRs, okay? However, it was about last year that I had to humble myself and acknowledge that there was a lot of power and a lot of value in European traditions as well. In fact, even seeing myself in a European past life and realizing that a big part of my magic comes from that past life as well, right? And by neglecting that past life or neglecting the importance or the power in that tradition or in those traditions, I was not only disrespecting an entire group of people, but I was essentially saying that their beliefs, their power is null. It's not important. It doesn't have any it's nothing, right? Or at least in comparison to what I was learning. Now, I had to lose that mentality because a lot of the information now that I'm being taught is, especially if you're like a hoodoo practitioner, right? Like it's a mixture of a bunch of different belief systems all combined into one. So indigenous, European, African, all of it is all together. So if you disrespect one, you disrespect all of them, right? And understanding that we're all connected, that we're all partaking in the same energy, that we're all involved with one another, and that one tradition or one path is not more significant than the other, that they are all, it's like a conglomerate, we're all working together energetically, okay? So with that being said, if you're harboring feelings of superiority toward a certain group or a certain tradition or something like that, and you might feel like, oh, mine is better, oh, mine came first, or oh, whatever the fuck, right, Leo? You might be learning in this full moon in Aries that maybe this belief system, this culture, this political ideation, this person is giving me false security, and maybe I'm hindering myself by only sticking with what I know. There's just the huge energy of being willing to let go of some outdated notions that come from your family or traditions or something like that, Leo. Then this full moon in Aries is really going to be targeted for you to address. But it's for you to actually wield true power, okay, Leo? So why is this showing up now? So we have Virgo energy coming through here. So it's showing up now because of a betrayal, Leo. So somebody might have betrayed you. It could be a Cancer. Some of you could be dealing with legal issues. Yeah, some of you could be dealing with legal issues. So maybe you made a bad investment in the past. That could also be what it was. And now you're facing the repercussions or the karma or the punishment. You know what I'm saying? Legal retributions or things of that nature. For others of you, it might have been an ending or a breakup that maybe through that, maybe you didn't really want the ending to happen, Leo, and it was like, but it needed to happen for your best interest. Maybe somebody betrayed you and you didn't know anything about it, right? Like this Seven of Swords and this Four of Wands reversed could be people talking behind your back that you considered family, or that were plotting against you or something like that, that you considered family or you considered friends, and now you're realizing that that's not true, that's not your true foundation, that's not your true family or tribe or pride or whatever the fuck you feel like it is, right? And now because you've experienced that betrayal, now you're being forced to kind of go on your own and to kind of reconstruct what your idea of a family is or what your idea of friends are, a spouse or something of that nature, right? I'm hearing a major betrayal for some of you guys. So it could be like you get cheated on, you get stolen from, something ends up happening that kind of snaps you out of it and makes you realize, okay, maybe I was on a faulty foundation. Maybe I need to reconstruct the foundation so that it's a lot smoother, that I can actually, you know, build something on it, right? But it's coming from some sort of ending or some sort of betrayal. You might not fully have all the details on this betrayal is kind of what I'm getting here. Or by the new moon, by the new moon, maybe I meant to say the full moon, but by the new moon, maybe justice will be brought on your behalf. Now the new moon, remember what I said about the waxing is the increase of energy and the waning is the decreasing of energy. So it could be by this full moon, you learn a fact or you learn a truth that really kind of sets the tone for the rest of the year is what I'm getting for you, Leo. I'm hearing with an Aries. It could be with an Aries or somebody with Aries aspected in their chart. Check out Aries reading. I haven't done it yet, but we will definitely find out, okay? But this is teaching you how to pull away from everything and everyone, Leo, and to truly listen to what your truth is. So what lesson is this teaching, Leo? You could be depressed right now. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius. I'm definitely getting some sort of financial loss for you. Then we have Capricorn energy in here too. I'm hearing holding on too tightly when you know you need to let go. So there might have been somebody or something, a job, a partner, a friendship, family, something like that, that you were getting intuitive hints that it was time to let go of. There's something that you needed to let go of, Leo, that you kind of missed the bus on it, okay? And it's like, because you missed the bus or the train, whatever automotive apparatus you want to take, am I even using the right words, whatever, because you didn't get it, it's kind of like it was ripped from you, and maybe your spirit guides were kind of trying to show you. And then of course with that self-imposed restriction, right, you weren't getting the message, or you were actively ignoring the message, okay? And what I'm kind of getting here, Leo, is that whatever it is that's happening, I'm hearing it was destined to happen. So if this is like a betrayal, Leo, somebody had been fucking on you for a while, okay? And in the extended reading, I am going to be getting more into the details of who this person is, what they did to you, Leo, and how you can move forward. So check out the extended reading in the bio as well. But it looks like this is so that you can start using your own energy, Leo. We're alchemizing whatever it is that you want to alchemize. It's like I'm getting that after this ending, after you let go of this person, this belief, I'm kind of getting an overflow of energy, an overflow of creativity, of ideas that are going to come to you once you let this go. But you might feel a little bit depressed from the loss, Leo, and that's okay. I'm not one to tell you to ignore your feelings, right? If you're feeling depressed because of this breakup, because of this betrayal, or this ending, I beggeth you, please, to process those emotions. But you're being guided to transmute that energy into something else, because we have the Ace of Cups here, right? An overflow of emotions, creativity, la la la. Then we have the the Eight of Pentacles working on something, and then the Temperance card, which is alchemy, right? So we want you to turn that energy into something productive, Leo. Turn that depression into power. Turn that sadness or these emotions into power or fuel for you, so that you can create something else or meet better people or anything like that, okay? So what's the advice from the dead for Leo? Wow, Leo, you're coming through here in reverse. So there could be something going on that saps you of your energy. You could be feeling a lack of confidence, but you're being told to fight or protect yourself. You might want... I'm hearing lazy, immature, irresponsible. There's somebody that might want to come through to you. They're coming across as a narcissist, Leo. This could be another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They want to throw you off your game is kind of what I'm getting here. And you're being encouraged to not let that happen, to defend yourself. They could come through with like a romantic offer. Well, they have Scorpio energy and Aquarius here. Yeah, they're going through some sort of tower, or you could be going through a tower with this person. I'm going to be getting more into the details on this person into the extended, so make sure you check that out in my bio below. But Leo, what I'm kind of seeing here is you're being encouraged to walk away from whoever this person is, or whatever this... I'm hearing a heyday? Oh man. Heyday. Isn't that like your golden age, your golden days? But I'm kind of hearing that the universe is having a heyday with this person, and that's this... I'm hearing Taurus. A Taurus could be of significance. A Taurus could be causing this is what I'm hearing. Yikes. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this into the extended reading, Leo. Make sure that you do check that out. We are going to be getting more into the meat and potatoes of what exactly is going on in this situation. So I will see you there, and have a great one. Bye.